I can't give up because my story isn't over yet. I can't let down those who rely on me. There's so much more to be written. My journey has been filled with ups and downs, but every chapter tells the story of my strength and resilience. When things get tough, I remind myself of the people who believe in me, the ones who've stood by me, cheered me on, and lifted me up when I was down.
Welcome back to Ray of Hope. Yesterday I uploaded a video talking about how they had the Redneck Rave up at Silverado's in Black Mountain, and how Upchurch was 2 hours late. Like, he was a total, like, you could tell he did not want to be there. I'll just be honest with you, he did not want to be there. He didn't say hello to fans when his bus pulled in. Like, as soon as they got everything set up, he was gone. He got in a car and left. Hightailed it out of there. Like, he didn't, like, when he got there, he was 2 hours late. They got out of the bus, set her, backed the bus up, got all of the stuff out that needed to be out, did a sound check, and then him and all of his people left. I get it. I'm sure there is crap behind the scenes that we'll never know what goes on as, fans, as Creek Squad, as whatever, whoever you support. I really don't care. But at the end of the day, you could tell Church did not want to be there. Like, he was there because he was legally responsible to be there. And he threw that show. And that's just, there was plenty of people that waited and waited and waited and waited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get there and you plan to be there and you plan to, support your, the people, especially independent country rap artists. You know what I mean? If you have somebody that you like, you try to support them, because without their fans, they have nothing, right? Well, there was people saying it rained, like it was hot, it was just miserable. People were standing in line to get Upchurch merch. He didn't even come out to his booth. He didn't do none of that. Every other person went to their booth and was out mingling with the crowd, having a good time. Church came on, and it was just like, he got mad at the sound guy. Like, almost every song he done, he cut it. And I have videos, but honestly, I really don't want to put them on YouTube. Really don't. Because it doesn't shine Upchurch in a very good light. He promised the fans that he would do personal uploads to the songs, blah, 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 to YouTube, blah, 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 for the Silverado fans, because he said he wasn't feeling well, that he overspoke at the Harley event in Asheville because he bought a motorcycle that day before he came to Silverado's. And mind you, the folks that were there, there was a lot of people having, a good time. I have 7 years in sobriety. So I'm going to be really honest with you. Woo! About 9 o'clock, people were lit. People were passing out. Like, like if you were trying to be sober and come to that event, oh God, that was hard to do. I'm going to be really honest with you. That was extremely hard to do. Because, like, there was alcohol around. Everybody was doing a little bit of everything. People were passing out because people weren't eating. People would have rather spent their money on alcohol than to buy 2 slices of pizza for $12. I'm just being real. And a bottle of water was $3. And you couldn't bring nothing in. So, like, I had planned all year to be able to go to this event. I bought tickets right when they first come out. And I don't blame any of this on Silverado's. I know that they're trying to make money. You know what I mean? I get it. To pay the people that are there, to pay for everything, etc. But at the end of the day, he bombed it. There's no other rhyme nor reason. And this is right before him and Adam Calhoun supposedly made up at the Redneck Rave, where they went mudding the next weekend, or the following weekend after that. I can't remember how many weekends after it was, but they made up the following not too close right after that. And that really pissed me off as a fan. Excuse my language, but I feel like we were shit on as I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it. They don't all get along. I get it. It's a backstabbing industry. I get it. And very few people make it. You got, in my eyes, you have Jelly Roll, then you have Upchurch. Haystack is somewhere in the middle there. I like Haystack, been a supporter of Haystack. I just don't like the fact of some charges that he has. To each his own with that. I love his music. I don't agree with some of the charges that he has had. I'll leave it at that. But you have the OGs in the industry. And at the end of the day, it just really sucks when it involves your performance to the fans and to the people that pay money to be there. Because without us, you wouldn't have anything. I paid $70 that evening. I stood in line. I got an Upchurch sweater. Hey, Dakota, come hand me this sweater, please. And hurry and reverse it so I can show the camera. I don't have my bag anymore. I kept it for a while. But I wanted a sweater. The shirts that he had online were still the same ones. I like the ones that he had online better than the ones he had at the show. So I bought a sweater. That's a sweater. And it's got Upchurch on it. And down the arms. I spent almost $70. And it says, and it has the Tune In tour on it. Tune In tour. So, I'm not rich by no means. And I'm thankful for what I have. I have a roof over my head, shoes on my feet. My bills are paid, and when I am able to do things like this, it is that we have saved and had our bills caught up and things of that nature to be able to go. And it was for my 10-year wedding anniversary, honestly, to go there. So it really kind of made me mad because we had saved a lot of money to be able to go have a good time and, be able to see Upchurch. Now, every other artist that was there was amazing. Like, they were, like, just in time. He came out and, shake people's hands. He signed shirts. Jason Reed. He did, too. Oh, God. Kelsey Lynn. Oh, Lord. Big Murph. That was the first time I really ever heard Big Murph, and I absolutely love the fact that he got on stage and he talked about his sister and her overdose with fentanyl. Because I'm going to tell you what, that crowd was full of people that were high as a kite. And for a person to get on stage and use his platform to speak about awareness and to speak about wanting to help others. And he told anybody that was there that night that if they wanted help, that he was going to his booth after his set and that he would help anybody that wanted help. Now, I'll tell you what, I have big props for Big Murph. Absolutely. Yes, sir. 100. He has since followed me on Facebook, and I'm very appreciative for that. I absolutely love what he stands for. He uses his platform, and his music is good. I went back and looked at some of his music. I love it. A lot of the people that were there were very interactive with the crowd. Now, Josh from Moonshiners was there, and he was a total oosh. Like, he was all in a mood. He's like, I'm hurting from my... And I get it. He just got out of a bad accident and whatnot, but he was a total... No. I'm sorry. I just don't... If you're wanting to be in the limelight, and you come to an event like that, and you expect people not to walk up and say, hey, man, good to see you. I've been watching you for a long... If you're not prepared for that, then why would you even come to an event? Like, I don't get it. You know that when you started being on TV. You knew that when you started making music, and it's all about the fans. And I get it, people have their off days. But when you're paid to perform or you're there, I don't know, it just really, that was really one thing that really bugged the tar. We left early. Excuse me for my ADHD, I went from one subject to another. But we left early. Like after like, I think the 5th or 6th song, we left. When church was on. Like it was that bad. And other people were packing up too. Like they were just extremely disappointed. Like he was, and he claimed he had something bad with his throat. He was sitting there nursing some, coughing spray, that chloroseptic spray. But he really didn't sing any really good songs either. People were screaming for, he did do Holler Boy. But he really didn't do, people were screaming, for White Lightning. Other songs. And you could just tell, like I said, you can tell he didn't want to be there. And they have beef going on at this time too. And that's what, like set that shit aside, guys. Like they're online right now. Like high school little boys. And whatever it may be, I get it. They want to be right. Each one of them want to be right. And they probably all aren't. Upchurch always comes with receipts. So, it is what it is. But it just really bugs me that they can't just handle their shit. But I do too get it that Upchurch wants to be transparent with everybody. And I think him being transparent, I feel a little, because it's like, there's 10 of them, 15 of them that have something against the man. And maybe he's going through, I just want to do me era. And he has helped people. Look at all the countless people Upchurch has helped and been shitted on by. Like, seriously. The list is long and distinguishable. His own mom and dad shit on him. So, and he's helped, he's just helped a lot of people, and I get it. But I was just really disappointed. I was really hoping that it would have been a really good concert. It was not. And I was hoping what he said that night he was going to go do, he did not. But anywho, this is just my other take on it, because, it affected me monetarily and money in my pocket wise. And that really bothered me, because I spent money supporting these folks. And they're letting their high school drama bullshit involve the money they're making from the fans. I would have much rather you canceled and said, you know what, I ain't coming, and reimbursed people, than to just throw a show. Because that's what he did. He didn't come out before anything. He didn't do anything that he was supposed to do. I guess all he was supposed to do was show up and sing. And he did that. But Lord God, it was not where he wanted to be. And that's just another take on the whole Upchurch situation. I thank y'all guys so much for listening. As I take you on my journey, good, bad, the ugly. I've been sober going on 7 years, and that was kind of a treat to us. We were confident enough in our sobriety to be able to go to an event like that, and it just really ended badly. I'm glad I got my teeth. I'm glad I got my sweater. I'm glad I got to go. I got to meet some really awesome people, some people that I never would have met. I'm really thankful I met Big Murph that night. Big Murph is, he's using his platform for the greater good. And if you message him, he messages back. He truly wants to be interactive with his people. Now, I understand that Upchurch has 1,000,001 people. But that day, too, another thing that made me mad, or upset me, let's correct that. I had worked on a painting for him, and I set it at the door at his bus, and I put from Ray of Hope on it, and I explained, you know, that it has sobriety, and this is the first concert since sobriety, and and he didn't say nothing. He didn't. I even saw his drummer and told her, I said, will you please make sure he gets it? You know, I meant no disrespect. It was coming from an awesome place, but that's another thing that really upsets me about church. And I think it's just, he thinks everybody's out to get him. Truly. I really think that Up Church thinks that people are out to get him, and that everybody's up to no good. And that just really sucks. It really does. When you get to that point in life where you're afraid to have a conversation. Well, he's not afraid to have a conversation, but I think he gets judged with every conversation he ever has. So he has to be careful what actually comes out of his mouth and who he speaks to. And I'm sure he thinks about that constantly. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great Merry Christmas. Remember, you can do this. Just because, hey, you're not visiting with Mom this Christmas, or hey, just because you're not visiting with Dad this Christmas, that don't mean you have to jeopardize your sobriety. You know, keep it real with yourself. Keep yourself accountable, okay? Accountability, people, places, and things. You know what I mean? People, places, and things. And that was another thing that challenged me in my recovery. Places. Being in a place where there's a lot of people using, and being able to stay sober and drink water and Red Bull. You know what I mean? And have a good time. And actually truly have a good time. But anyway, if anybody sees this and wants to share it with Up Church, whoever, you know, no, I don't mean any bad harm. I just wanted to state my experience as a person that's been to a concert, and a person that's seen how it has affected everybody, especially Up Church. I think mentally he's drained. And I pray for him, and I pray for everybody. I just hope this doesn't get blown out of proportion any more than it already is. But anyway, y'all have a great Christmas. I love y'all so big, so much. Peace out.